market conditions led by Chinese dumping. As the global energy markets continue their reorientation towards sustainable sources of energy, the financial year 2022-23 has been transformational for Borosil Renewables Limited with various unique achievements. Let me share with you a few of the significant ones. With the acquisition of 86% stake in Interfloat Group, Europe's largest manufacturer and supplier of solar pattern glass, by our overseas subsidiaries, as well as the commencement of commercial production from a new 550 tons per day plant in Bharuch, Gujarat, overall production capacity has jumped from 450 tons per day to 1300 tons per day. Subsequent to the acquisition, our team at GmbH, which is a manufacturing arm of Interfloat Group and is located in Chernitz, Germany, has successfully rebuilt and enhanced the capacity of the furnace in Germany from 300 tons per day to 350 tons per day. That is an equivalent of 2 gigawatts of solar modules per annum. And therefore, the company's capacity has further increased to 1350 tons per day. We also invested in a 10 megawatt hybrid renewable energy plant for consumption of renewable energy at our Bharuch plant, taking the consumption of renewable energy to about 30% of our total electricity consumption. We shall endeavor to increase the share of renewable energy in our portfolio in the near future. We have also upgraded our ERP system to the latest SAP S/4HANA version. I'm also extremely happy to announce that we have established the BL Kheruka Center for R&D at Pune to strengthen our new product development process, improve operational efficiency, and scout for new areas of growth. This R&D center will further enhance our capabilities to bring new products to the market to meet customers' ever-evolving requirements. On the CSR front, the company always strives to develop and support society. Last year, the company spent rupees 258.98 lakhs on CSR activities with focus on area of education, health, and environment. Our CSR initiatives are detailed in the annual report. We will continue and strive to make a meaningful impact with our social initiatives in the coming years as well. My dear shareholders, we have always been committed to conducting our business in a responsible way and being accountable for the long-term impact of our operations could have on our planet. Therefore, your company has taken cognizance of ESG in its business plans and put in place a broad strategy. I hope you liked our ESG report, which beautifully captures our initiatives and plans in areas of sustainability. By showcasing our sustainability initiatives, we aim to lead by example and inspire others to adopt more eco-friendly practices. In order to deal with the fall in margins, the company, along with other players in the industry, has been making a request to various authorities to end the exemption from payment of basic customs duty on import of solar glass. The impact of removal of this exemption would be minimal on the cost of modules, whereas this may lead to capacity expansion for solar glass production by our company as well as by new aspirants looking to enter this solar glass business. Substantial capacity additions for solar glass manufacturing is much needed in the country in order to make it Atmanirbhar and avoid disturbances which can potentially be caused to the energy security of the country due to over-dependence on China. The company is also seeking trade remedial measures to counter the dumping from China, Malaysia, and Vietnam. The demand for solar glass in the country has been rising as module manufacturing has gathered momentum after imposition of basic customs duty of 40% on solar modules, as well as introduction of a PLI scheme. The module manufacturing capacity has reached 35 gigawatts from 11 gigawatts in 21-22 and is expected to reach almost 100 gigawatts in the next 3 years. This will require very large volumes of solar glass. I cannot conclude my address without expressing my deep gratitude to my colleagues on the board for their valuable insights and guidance. I would like to appreciate our employees for contributing immensely to the growth of the company. During the year, our production in India has more than doubled, which would not have been possible but for the continued patronage by all our valued customers. I thank them wholeheartedly and assure them of providing a local supply chain for this critical component. I would also like to thank all our suppliers, vendors, dealers, bankers, and other stakeholders for their continued support. And last but not least, thank you, my dear shareholders, for reposing faith and confidence in the management of your company. I now request Mr. Kishore Talreja, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, to apprise the shareholders regarding the e-voting facility.
Dear shareholders, good morning once again. Remote e-voting facility was provided to the shareholders to cast their vote from August 22, 2023 to August 24, 2023. The facility for voting electronically at this meeting is already open for those shareholders who have not cast their vote through remote e-voting. Mr. Virendra Ji Bhatt, practicing company secretary, has been appointed as scrutinizer to scrutinize the e-voting process in fair and transparent manner and for giving a report on e-voting. Since the resolution mentioned in the notice convening this meeting has already been put to vote through remote e-voting, there is no need to propose and second the resolutions. Thank you. I now request the chairman to please continue with the proceeding.
Let me now, thank you, Kishore. Let me now take up the items set forth in the notice of the meeting on which shareholder approvals have been sought. The first item is 1. Adoption of the audited standalone financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2023, the report of the board of directors and statutory auditor thereon, and B. The audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year ended March 31st, 2023, and report of the statutory auditor thereon. This is by way of ordinary resolution. I may be deemed to be interested in the next item. With permission of all directors present, I request Mr. Rajkumar Jain, independent director of the company and chairman of the audit committee, to take the chair and brief you on item number 2 of the notice.
Thank you, Mr. Kelipka, and good morning to all of you. The next item of the notice is item number 2 is the reappointment of Mr. P.K. Kheruka, who retired by rotation and being eligible offer himself for reappointment by way of an ordinary resolution. And I request to Mr. Kheruka to reoccupy the chair for the rest of the proceeding of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jain. To ratify the third resolution is to ratify the remuneration of the cost auditors by way of an ordinary resolution. Number 4 is to approve revision in terms of remuneration of Mr. Ramaswamy V. Pillai in his capacity as a whole-time director of the company for the financial year 22-23, also by way of special resolution. Number 5 is to approve the remuneration of Mr. Ramaswamy V. Pillai in his capacity as a non-executive director of the company for the financial year 23-24. This is by way of special resolution. Number 6 is to approve revision in terms of remuneration of Mr. Ashok Jain, whole-time director of the company for the financial year 22-23 by way of special resolution. Number 7 is to approve reappointment and terms of remuneration of Mr. Ashok Jain as whole-time director and key managerial personnel of the company for a period of 2 years, that is from August 1st, 23 to July 31st, 25 by way of special resolution. Number 8 is to approve raising of funds by way of issue of securities of the company by way of special resolution. Number 9 is to approve functional support services transaction between 1. The company, its wholly owned subsidiaries and company's step-down subsidiaries, and 2. Intersay between step-down subsidiaries by way of an ordinary resolution. And number 10 is to approve providing of financial support by the company, its wholly owned subsidiaries / Interflow Corporation, that is a step-down subsidiary, to GMB Glass Manufacturer Brandenburg GmbH, which is a step-down subsidiary of the company, by way of an ordinary resolution. You may please know that the objectives and implications of all the aforesaid items are as per the provisions of Companies Act 2013, listing regulations, and as provided in the explanatory statement annexed to the notice. Dear shareholders, please make use of the e-voting facility and cast your vote if not done already. Let us now move to the Q&A session. The company has provided shareholders the facility to register themselves as speakers to express views or ask questions during the meeting. 13 shareholders have registered themselves to speak at the meeting. Shareholders are requested to restrict their speech to 3 minutes for smooth conduct of the meeting. We will respond after all the shareholders have spoken. So, number 1, I now request Mr. Naveen Bothra to express his views and ask questions. So, the moderator, could you please?
Sohail?
Yes,
Yes. Apologies, we can't hear you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, please. हेलो
हेलो
हाँ बोलिए जी प्लीज गो अहेड
yeah. I Naveen Bothra, pleasure attending the 60th AGM of Borosil Renewables from Delhi. A very warm greetings to our group chairman Pradeep Kherukaji, who is not there in this meeting due to his preoccupations, and also to the chairman of the meeting, Srivar Kherukaji, Ashok Jainji, Mr. Ramaswamy, the other esteemed board members, and the management team. Including our CFO Rungtaji and Kishore Talreja. So, first of all, I would like to congratulate the team on growing over 7.5 times in the last 5 years and achieving the capacity of 1350 ton per day into 2023 despite various challenges in all the fronts and clocking the best ever financial numbers on consolidation basis. Congratulations, sir. Total comprehensive income generated during the year is highly commendable. And I would also like to congratulate the team on the various awards and recognitions received during the year. A special congratulations to our group chairman Pradeep Kherukaji for being awarded the E&Y Entrepreneur of the Year award for 2022 in the manufacturing category. And as recently as last week, also to the entire Borosil family for being awarded the prestigious Money Control Indian Family Business Award 2022, received by our ever agile Srivarji. This award recognizes Borosil Group's dedication to the innovation, excellence, and focus on long-term value creation. Congratulations, sir. Continuing with the value creation, I would like to commend the exemplary leadership of our chairman and Srivarji, as also the entire management team's agility and hard work, even in the phase of unprecedented challenges of last 3 to 4 years, and for continuing the wealth creation journey on sustainable basis for all the shareholders. Sir, I have 2 to 3 points which I would like to have your views. Number one is the capacity addition, our share. In the annual report of this year, page 61, we are saying that large capacity additions are expected to take place in the next 2 to 3 years in the solar space, potentially raising the capacity to almost 100 gigawatt in India from the solar alone. Our current capacity for manufacturing, including the German facility, is 1350 ton per day. Kindly, Srivarji, share your views as to what will be our share in this 100 gigawatt space, which is coming at a rapid speed, and how we are planning to capture this market and cater to it. Are we looking for any other inorganic acquisitions for this? Number two is the integration of Interflow. Integrate. Kindly share your views on the current status of integration of financial integration is already there, but cultural as well as the other supply chain issues and all these things. If you can share the status of integration with the Borosil Renewable India team and all these things, it will be quite useful, sir. Number three is the fundraising. We are passing an enabling resolution to raise a sum of rupees 1,100 crore rupees by OP, as the resolution passed by us in the last AGM has expired. So, if you can share that it is a enabling resolution, or are we, as last year, it is enabling resolution, or are we seriously planning to raise further capital from the capital markets? To conclude, I would like to thank Mr. Kishore Talreja ji for the smooth coordination in the meeting and sending the printed copy of annual report well in time. All the very best to team at Borosil Renewable, which is nurturing sustainability for a green tomorrow. I support all the resolutions proposed in the meeting, and I also propose a vote of thanks to the board. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bothra, for your kind words. I now request Mr. Shailesh Mahadevia to express his views and ask questions. Sir, I believe you're on mute.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please. Please proceed.
Yeah, well, I would like to be visible before I proceed.
You can put your own camera on, sir.
Yeah, my camera is already on. I have not closed it.
So tech support, could you help here, please?
I have already joined, no?
Sir, you have to we send you request to promote as a panelist.
Yes.
You have to allow. Click on allow.
Yeah, please allow, no?
You are declining, sir.
Who has declined?
Sir.
नहीं, लेकिन अभी
He is sending it now.
મમ્મી અહીંયા કેમેરા મારો ચેક કરને જરા ઝડપથી. Hello.
Shailesh, you can continue it, please. There is some
Uh,
technical
you-
please.
खबर दिया है, अब post
You can hear me? મારી લાઈટ ઓન કરવી છે.
Sir, while we are working to start your camera, could you please start your questions?
Yes, I will do that. આ લાઈટ અહીંયા ઓપન કરવાની હોય ને એ કેવી રીતે કરવાની એ મને બંધ કરી છે ને લોકોએ. મારી વાત બી સાચી છે.
પણ અહીંયા કશે કેમેરાનું છે તમારું ઓપ્શન?
અચ્છા,
Sir,
anyway, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Well, I
continue.
will not wait for the camera, but I will start my presentation. Respected
વિડીયોનું ક્યાં છે?
Respected chairman, distinguished directors and members of the board, and our chairman for the meeting. Sir, firstly, I am sorry to hear that due to some exigencies, our respected chairman has not been able to join. I hope all his problems would get over at a very fast speed. Sir, let me congratulate our company and the board, including the management team, for getting satisfactory result under difficult conditions. Hello?
Yes, please.
Please
We
proceed.
can hear, sir. We can hear.
Okay. Sir, then I would like to appreciate the
Yeah, sir, please
report,
continue.
the report which has been presented to the company or to the shareholders.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I hope you can hear, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Sir, then I would like to appreciate the various initiatives taken by the company during the year, which has enabled us to increase our capacity up to 1,350 tons per day of glass. Sir, here I would like to refer to the unfortunate working last year, where our profits had almost halved from 16,584 to 8,854 crores, almost half. Sir, you have explained in your speech also that what are the reasons, and they are mainly because of the market dumping by China and by the increase in various costs. Sir, what I would like to know is whether these problems have ironed out, and are we likely to get better result in the current year under consideration? Sir, a related question to the same thing. Although we have established the capacity of 1,350 tons per day, may I know how soon we will be able to reach this production level and at the same time generate satisfactory demand for our product? Are we likely to get optimum result in maybe a year or two? Your clarification on the subject will be of great help, and you can give us the idea about capacity utilization during this period. Sir, My next question is relating the export figures which are given, which is 26% of our turnover and on standalone basis. Sir, it is excluding through SEZ. So whatever transactions have taken place in ACZ, they are excluded in these export figures. Sir, if they are included, what will be our total exports? Sir, my next question is regarding the CSR work, which you have done very well, 2.58 crore of rupees. And I believe our chairman for the meeting is deeply involved in all these CSR works, as it was mentioned in the last year's meeting. Sir, my next concern is regarding the attrition rate. Last year, unfortunately, the attrition rate was as high as 25%. Sir, may I know whether we will have any disadvantage in our current working unless we are in a position to add sufficient members in our organization? Sir, then I am also concerned the market capitalization of our company, which last year ranged from 380 rupees per share to 833 rupees. Sir, this has been a very big and drastic change. Of course, company has no direct connection with the market price and market consideration. However, it reflects the working of the company and the future which we are likely to achieve. Sir, another question on which I would like to understand is that we have said that we are the first manufacturer of thick glass of 2 mm, and our product is demanded according to the thickness and according to the size. Sir, may we know some of the applications with this different glass with different specification? And sir, I would also request you to let us know the first quarter result and analyze it for the benefit of shareholders to get an idea about what we are likely to enjoy in the current year and in the times to come. And sir, our low iron texture solar glass is being used in 3 applications. PV module manufacturers are the biggest users. The second are the solar water heaters, and the third application is in greenhouses. Sir, can you give some idea about what is the percentage of demand in all these 3 major applications? And lastly, before I end, I must appreciate the significance you have given to ESG, climate considerations, governance, etc. And first few pages are totally dedicated to this particular purpose. And you have emphasized the significance of the same, and particularly in countries like Germany, where they are very keen. And sir, my last question is that in the data given in BR and SR, they have asked how many plants we are having nationally and internationally. Sir, in international column, you have stated nil. Sir, we are already having plants in Germany and I believe in Liechtenstein also. Sir, can we not say that we have plant at international level as well? Sir, with this, I wish every success to our organization and my namaste to all of you for better future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. I now request Mrs. Prakashini Ganesh Noy to ask questions, please. I'd like to just remind everyone to keep the time to 3 minutes because there are many shareholders who would like to also ask questions. Thank you.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please. Please continue.
Yeah. Yes, I'm Prakashini Ganesha Chanoy from Bombay. Respected Honorable Chairman, other dignitaries of the board, and my fellow shareholders, good morning to all of you. I received the annual report well in time, which is colorful, knowledgeable, and contains all the information as per the corporate governance. I thank the company secretary and his team for the same. The chairman has given a beautiful picture regarding the company in all parameters. Thank you, Chairman, sir. I am thankful to the board for recommending a dividend for the financial year 22-23. I am happy to note that the company has done outstanding work in the field of CSR activities. I am also glad to note that the company has received many awards during the year. Sir, I have few questions. My first question is, what is the roadmap for next 2 years? What is the capex program for the same? My next question is, there is a huge number of shares and dividends transferred to IEPF account. Any efforts taken by the bank, by the companies, registrars to inform the members and locate their addresses? My next question is, how are we planning for the digital future? And how are we planning for the excess revenue? Last but not the least, sir, my personal request to you is please continue with VC so that people all over the world will have an opportunity to give their views. I wish the company good luck for a bright future and pray God that the profit of the company shall reach the peak in due course. Sir, I strongly and wholeheartedly support all the resolutions put forth in today's meeting. Thank you, Chairman, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Mr. Bimal Krishna Sarkar to ask questions.
Hello. Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Sarkar. Please carry on.
Hello. Yes, sir. Could you continue, please? Tech support, is there any challenge here?
Today, rejoining once again.
Should we wait or go to the next? We can go to the next and next person, and we can come back to Mr. Sarkar, if that's okay.
Okay, sir.
So Mr. Mahesh Kumar Bhuvna, I now request him to express his views and ask questions.
The person with the said name is not connected in the meeting.
Not connected? Okay. Then I now request Ms. Celestine Mascarenhas to express her views and ask questions. Please continue, ma'am.
You seem to be on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible, no? Okay. Respected Chairman, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Kuraka, Vice Chairman Shivrar Kuraka, other members of the board, my dear fellow shareholders, I am Mrs. C.E. Mascarenhas speaking from Mumbai. First of all, I thank the company's secretary, Mr. Kishore Talreja, and his team for sending me an annual report and also registering me as a speaker and giving me this platform. Thank you very much. The next I go for our annual report is very beautiful and lots of figures and lots of information, at the same time self-explanatory, adhering to all the norms of the corporate governance. Next is our revenue up, but PBT pad down and dividend could not be given because to conserve for further growth. It is a good for the future, but my thinking is mutual funds or deep-pocketed investors always come where there is given a small dividend like 25 paisa also. So please, I don't know, the board's decision it is. Now my queries. I congratulate you for all the awards and accords, also a good CSR work, which I appreciate. Now, my queries. I would like to know whether we have done anything from the ESG, gone for rating, which is the agency, and any plan for rating for placing in some dedicated ESG platform. Next question is our plant at Ankleshwar. What is the capacity utilization of this plant? Third, furnace commissioned at our Borosil facility during the last quarter of the previous year. Is it working all 24 hours or only for some hours? Our subsidiary overseas has acquired 86% stake in Interfloat Group Europe, largest manufacturing and supplier of the solar glass. How much margins we are getting here? BL Purakha Center for R&D at Pune has been established. How many employees, average age, attrition level? Now in the glass, our company makes market-based glass for utility, solar, roof tiles, greenhouses, residential and commercial rooftops. In which of these we get the maximum, we get growth and at the same time good margin. Rest, I support all the resolutions. I wish my company all the best. Thank you for giving me this patient hearing. Thank you once again. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Mr. Sanjay Banik to express his views and ask questions. Mr. Banik, could you kindly unmute yourself and ask? Yeah.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Please continue. Please continue.
Hello, am I audible?
Please continue, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. You can continue.
Yes, you're audible on and off.
Okay. Sir, I'm from Kolkata. I congratulate the team of Borosil for giving a.
If you like, you can switch off your video so that the connectivity issue goes off.
You're frozen now.
Okay, I'm stopping my video.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, I congratulate the Borosil team for giving excellent result. And I don't have much questions. I have some guidance regarding the revenue and profit for the next 5 years. Will it be in double digits? So can you please give some guidance in this regard? Next question is, sir, the Borosil, do you have any plan to launch any consumer business in solar glass or solar glass related items? Number 3 is in the AOC1 section of the subsidiary. You have 2 subsidiaries, that is Geosphere Glassworks GmbH and Lexpen AG. They don't have any turnover, which is reported in the annual report. Why? And they are also loss making. So when they will be profitable? That's all, sir. I wish for all success, and I will remain invested in Borosil Renewable for the great future ahead. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, now I thank you, Mr. Manik. I now request Mrs. Vasudha Dakwe to express her views and ask questions.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please. Please continue.
Good morning, respected chairman, sir, board of directors, and my fellow shareholders. Myself, Vasudha from Thane. I would like to congratulate our company secretary team for sending me the soft copy of the report well in advance, which itself is clear and transparent. Most of the question was asked by my previous shareholders. I will not like to repeat it now. Only one thing I would like to ask: how many new orders we have booked during this financial year? With this, I support all the resolution. Thank you very much and wish the company all the best for coming financial years and my best wishes for coming all the festivals during the month of Sawan and Bhadrapad. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Dakwe. I appreciate your quick your quick responses. Thank you. I now request Mr. Ashok Kumar Daga to express his views and ask questions. Mr. Daga, could you kindly ask your questions? I believe, yeah.
Yes, sir. I hope I am audible.
Yes, please.
So, thanks to the board directors and all my fellow investors who have joined today's AGM. And I have certain questions about the thing which is happening. The first is that the company has recently taken, it appears from that company has taken a big amount of the term loan. Because the term loan borrowings has been increased of the company. So if the funds are required, so why the management is not approaching to its shareholders for by way of right issues? Second is that the company has allotted the dividend, and when we are taking a borrowings, it will be better if we can go instead of paying the dividends, if we scrap the dividends and let we reinvest the amount so that the shareholders will get more benefits from the amount already invested. Third is that we are, as has been informed, that yes, Atmanirbhar Bharat, we are proceedings and we are doing a lot of things. But every time, why we are so much afraid of the China? Why the China is coming each and every time, or whoever talks about the China? So why we should, when China can produce a goods at the lower price, and if we have to compete, we have to compete with them. Instead of charging them, we should find out the way how we can produce much better thing or at the cheaper prices, so that the user will be benefited as well as the company will be benefited. It will be a win-win situation for all. Next is that there is an increase in the employee cost. As I have seen that employee cost has been increased from 11.86% to 13.46%. So what is the reason for such escalation of the employee cost? And whether the company has any plan for increase in the export business? Already a huge chunk is coming from the export business. Whether, and this is a required item for the whole worldwide for the green energy. So whether we have any expansion plan or any plan of the company to move to the other areas where we still our products are not sold, so that the benefit can be earned by the company as well as we shareholders, where we can also get the benefit of the same. And any other expansion plan of the company, as already one of my shareholders has asked. So whether such any expansion plan of the company in the near future, and about the CAGR or the profits or the sales growth and all this, if it can be given, so it will be much better for we all shareholders. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your questions. I now request Mr. Ayush Gupta to ask questions.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
सर सर आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं?
आराम से आयुष जी बोलिएगा।
सर मैं आयुष गुप्ता, चेयरमैन सर दिल्ली से आपका और सभी बोर्ड मेंबर्स का स्वागत करता हूं। सर मेरे से पहले शेयर होल्डर्स जो थे उन्होंने बहुत कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ लिए हैं, मेरे भी उसमें कवर हो गए हैं, लेकिन सर थोड़ी सी क्वेश्चन जरूर हैं सर। सर जिस परफॉर्मेंस के लिए हम जाने जाते थे वो परफॉर्मेंस नहीं आ रही है सर, क्योंकि कंपनी की परफॉर्मेंस ही शेयर प्राइस में रिफ्लेक्ट होगी, बुक में रिफ्लेक्ट होगी, और तभी हमारे को शेयर प्राइस में भी मिलेगी सर। इसके लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं सर? सर हमारे कितने और कौन कौन से हमारे कंपटीटर हैं जिनसे हमें कंपटीशन मिल रहा है सर? सर जो रॉ मटेरियल कॉस्ट और बहुत सी चीजें जरूर बढ़ी हैं सर, हम उसे पास ऑन करने के लिए क्या कर रहे हैं सर? सर हमारी मेरे से पहले शेयर होल्डर्स भी बोल रहे थे आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लिए सरकार कोशिश कर रही है। सर आप 5 साल का तो नहीं, करंट फाइनेंशियल ईयर नेक्स्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर की क्या गाइडेंस हमें दे पाएंगे सर? सर एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म हमें मिला है जिसपे मैं दिल्ली से बैठकर भी मीटिंग अटेंड कर रहा हूँ सर। सर एक इसी प्लेटफॉर्म को आप अपनाइए। सर मुझे नहीं पता आज की डेट में हमारे कितने शेयर होल्डर्स हैं, लेकिन ऐसा जरूर इस मीटिंग्स में आपके साथ जुड़े हैं उन्हें अप्रिशिएट कीजिए, जिससे वो इस प्लेटफॉर्म को और ज्यादा सफलता मिलेगी सर। बाकी सर समय कोई सा भी हो, आप पे भरोसा है और विश्वास है, वो दिन दोबारा आएंगे सर जिसमें हमारी कंपनी नई नई ऊंचाइयां छुएगी, आपकी लीडरशिप में कंपनी बहुत अच्छा करेगी। और मैं एक सेक्रेटरी को भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ जो इस पोर्टल पर मुझे जुड़ने का अवसर दिया। थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, sir, for your questions. I now request Mr. Vinod Agarwal to express his views and ask questions.
The person with the said name is not connected in the meeting.
Okay, fine.
We can.
Okay, go to the next person. I now request Mr. Vasudeva Ramaswamy to express his views and ask questions.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Good morning, Shrivarji. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, good, great to talk to you. So again, my greetings to Mr. Pradeep Keruka, who is again not able to join due to his work and all, other board members, Mr. Ramaswamy, the management team and other team members. I am Ramaswamy attending the AGM from Delhi, sir. Congratulations on the good performance, consolidated, we again good numbers. Under leadership is happening. Again, the secretary team has done excellent work in sending the physical annual report, even without sending a request, and the report is wonderful and it has good contents and good colorful preparation. Again, the secretary team definitely needs a appreciation for preparing the nice ESG report. Commendable, sir. Again, next year we will look forward integrated annual report, sir. I have just 1 or 2 points for your consideration. I, being the sort of tail end batsman, has got nothing to ask. More of very, all the questions have been asked by my previous shareholder. Sir, kindly indicate our economic value added in the financial year after considering the opportunity cost of capital and reserve. So next point is, sir, we have got good ESG report. It is very nice. And are we planning to go for any ESG rating as we are spreading our wings to other international countries like Germany and other countries? It will be a good sort of plus point for our company, sir. So I am wishing the team all the very best in the future endeavors. Thanks for the opportunity given to me. Thank you, Mr. Shrivar.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Vinay Bhide to express his views and ask questions.
Hello.
Yes, please continue, sir.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. Today's chairman, Mr. Shrivar Kheruka, Mr. Ashok Jain, Mr. Sanjeev Jha, other directors present at today's AGM. As already mentioned, I am Vinay Bhide, a shareholder of the company and a supporter speaking from Mumbai. I have, gone through the annual report, that has been sent by the Secretary Department. I have also, listened, very intently, to the questions asked by other shareholders. I have just got, with your permission, a few questions to understand the present and the future better. And the questions are as follows. The first question is that we have reported in the director's report that we had problems in sales and costs in financial year 22-23. We had lower price realizations in the domestic market as the cost of raw materials and packaging materials had gone up, soda ash and natural gas. So as compared, to the prices, in all these inputs last year, how is the situation on these, cost inputs for the running financial year. That is question number 1. Question number 2 is that exports in financial year 22-23 grew over by 51% and accounted for approximately 26% of the total company revenues. The question here is that, as per the estimates of the board, what is the expected growth in percentage of revenues in this current year? Are you able to anticipate it? And approximately what percentage of revenue do you expect it to contribute? And the third and final question is that, what are the margins that we have achieved in the past financial year in local and export sales? I think most of the details are already there in the annual report. We will get some more inputs from your replies that you give to shareholders. I will close with I've supported all the resolutions. I will close with best wishes to you. Please give my regards to Mr. Pradeep Kheruka, who has not been able to join today, and I wish directors and the employees all the best. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhide. I now request Mr. Bimal Sarkar to express his views and ask questions. Mr. Sarkar?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sir, very good morning. मैं बिमल किशन सरकार इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर ऑफ द कंपनी, मैं मेरा रेसिडेंस कलकत्ता से ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ। सर, पहले हमारा चेयरमैन साहब आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आपने जो प्रेजेंटेशन एक्सीलेंट प्रेजेंटेशन दिया है, इसलिए आपको बहुत धन्यवाद। कंपनी सेक्रेटरी जी को मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं, उन्होंने बहुत पहले एनुअल रिपोर्ट नोटिस वगैरह भेज दिया है, लिंक भी भेज दिया है, और शेयर होल्डर के साथ जिस तरीके से रिलेशन रखते हैं, इसलिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद पूरा सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को। सर देखिए, इस बार जो हमारा एनुअल रिपोर्ट ये इतना कलरफुल है और सर इंफॉर्मेटिव है। सर इसमें क्लियर सर पिक्चर को रखा गया है, इसलिए एनुअल रिपोर्ट को अच्छी तरह छापने के लिए पूरा सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। सर ये रेवेन्यू इस साल इंक्रीज हुआ है। सर प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स इस बार रिड्यूस हो गया है। कोई बात नहीं सर, कोई डिविडेंड नहीं मिला, कोई बात नहीं है सर। सर सीएसआर कमेटी को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूँ। सर एज पर सेक्शन 135 सब सेक्शन 5 सीएसआर ऑब्लिगेशन 257.48 लाख थे, उन्होंने स्पेंड किया है 2,258.98 लाख। सर एक्सेस स्पेंड किया है 1.50 लाख। सर धन्यवाद। सर एक चीज ये है ना सर, ये कोई डिटेल्स एक्सपेंडिचर का ये एनुअल रिपोर्ट में नहीं दिया गया है। सर मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है, तो 1-2 पन्ना और लगेगा सर, आप इसको जरूर नेक्स्ट ईयर से इसको रखिएगा। सर मेरा एक रिक्वेस्ट है, आप रिक्वेस्ट भी बोल सकते हैं और हमारा सजेशन भी है। सर विजुअली डिसेबल्ड है, स्पेशली डिसेबल्ड पर्सन को, और स्पेशली जो एबल्ड पर्सन मतलब जो लोग देख नहीं पाते हैं, जो लोग विकलांग है, सर इन लोगों के लिए थ्रू सीएसआर एक्टिविटीज कुछ करे हमारा कंपनी, ये हमारा सजेशन है, देख लीजिएगा। सर मैं आज अमृत काल महाउत्सव में मैं कंपनी चेयरमैन साहब को मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, जो लेटेस्ट जो प्रोडक्ट हमारा है हमारा कंपनी का, वो जो जितना हमारा स्पीकर लोग है, इन लोगों को एज ए मेमेंटो प्रेजेंट करे, ये हमारा रिक्वेस्ट है। सर चेयरमैन साहब आप स्वस्थ रहिए, आपका पूरा टीम स्वस्थ रहिए। आज प्रदीप कुमार खड़ूका जी उपस्थित नहीं है, इसलिए क्या बोले, उनके साथ हमारा बहुत दिन से परिचय है, कारण विंडो क्लास में भी हम रहते हैं मीटिंग में। सर कोई बात नहीं सर, अच्छा आप लोग सब स्वस्थ रहे, कंपनी सेक्रेटरी, टोटल एम्प्लॉई और उपस्थित शेयर होल्डर, हम ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूँ आप लोग स्वस्थ रहे। और सर मेरे को जो बोलने का मौका दिया गया है, इसलिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। चेयरमैन साहब धन्यवाद, आप स्वस्थ থাকবেন, ভালো থাকবেন, हमारा कंपनी को आगे ले जाएंगे। धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now that all the questions have been asked, we will start answering them. So, the first questions were respecting the capacity additions and the general outlook. Many questions were around the same topic, and also the need why we are talking about Chinese. So let me explain some basic facts to our shareholders. We are the world's lowest cost producer of glass. What this means is that we are using the least energy per unit of glass that we melt. We have the least energy consumption in terms of natural gas. However, the cost of natural gas that we pay per unit is much higher than what is available in China, in Malaysia, and in Vietnam, owing to various factors, including subsidies that the governments of those countries are giving their respective plants. Second point, that we use a lot of electricity in our process. And what we are seeing that in spite of our best efforts, our electricity costs that we procure per unit are almost 8 rupees and more. Whereas what we understand in China and in Malaysia, these ranges are from 3.5 to 5 rupees. So it is not possible for us to compete on the basis of energy when our costs per unit of energy, which we are forced to procure from the state government or the government-owned companies, those costs are much higher than the Chinese costs. So therefore, it is, even though we run more efficient operations, we are not able to compete with the dumping of the Chinese goods. This is point number one. Point number two, the increase of raw material costs such as soda ash or in all other raw materials have been a worldwide phenomenon. In spite of this increase of costs, the prices from China have actually reduced, which also shows clear intent to dominate the other industry outside of China and run them out of business, which is also a classical case of dumping of goods. So for these particular reasons, we expect that our margins have declined substantially in the last year. So we were faced with all the input cost increases, and on the other side, the Chinese suppliers who have 98% of the world's capacity have dramatically reduced their prices. Also, there is no basic customs duty also available on the glass, solar glass from China. So we are very confident that if we get the same input costs as is available in the Chinese and the same subsidies as is available to the Chinese companies, we are more than competitive with the Chinese solar glass companies. And in fact, we have done a lot of world first innovations in India, and we are not on the back foot, we are very much on the front foot in this regard. Coming to interfloat integration, I would say the interfloat integration is completed quite well. We had a very nice cultural integration also done. We are now implementing SAP there so that we have the common platform for data sharing. And we have also implemented our furnace technology. I mentioned to you that our technology has the lowest consumption costs of energy in the world. We were able to implement some of our know-how in Interfloat, and GMB's furnace when they rebuilt it. And we have seen almost a 18 or 19% reduction in their energy consumption per kilo of glass they melt, which was a surprise for them also. And they have appreciated this because it's something that they never expected. As far as fundraising is concerned, this is an enabling. Last year also we had a resolution, and this year also it is an enabling resolution. We will decide mode of fundraising at the appropriate time. So overall, we are running at the capacity utilization is quite high at the moment. However, we have, which may be about 80 to 85%. However, the pricing of what we are selling is a real big concern for us. And if you can see our first quarter results, which have already been released some time ago, the margins have fallen further in the first quarter when we compare it to the whole of the financial year of last year. Unless there is some change structurally in the in the support or in the basic customs duty or any other kind of trade remedies, I'm afraid these numbers will not look good because we are having an unlevel playing field and unfair competition and heavy subsidization of the Chinese, which we are not enjoying. So In terms of exports, so that many people noted that exports have increased, and this was also a response by our management team that if the pricing in India is very poor, we can export. And kindly note that in Europe, there is anti-dumping duty on, because they have done their own investigations on China, and they found that the Chinese were dumping solar glass in Europe. And so there are anti-dumping duties on Chinese solar glass into Europe. And therefore, we are able to export our glass into Europe quite well. And the Europeans are very happy to have China plus one sourcing strategy. So India is quite well placed for exports. And that's why you can see the increase of our exports. Our glass is primarily used for photovoltaic industry. I would say 80 to 90% is going in that space. Then after that, you have some solar thermal applications, and then you have greenhouse glass, which may be maybe 10 to 15% both put together. But the bulk of our glass is used in the solar thermal in solar photovoltaic applications. So our roadmap, as some of you may have read in the first quarter, initially we had projected we will increase our capacity in India by more than 1,000 tons, by another 1,000 tons per day. And unfortunately, because of the current situation, we have put that program on hold because we don't see the payback of the project when looking at the current pricing from China and our current cost situations. In terms of digital future, we have been doing we have quite a well-connected, Industry 4.0 running in the company, and we expect to enhance it. We have just started using artificial intelligence for helping us improve our melting costs and improving quality. Those are just in the initial test phases, so we will see the results going forward if they're successful or not. As far as ESG is concerned, you would have seen the ESG, the summary that we have shared in the annual report. We have not done an ESG rating at the moment, and we will do that at the appropriate time as required. We have no plans at the moment to get into consumer solar products in Borosil Renewables, and the revenue growth of the company, we have increased capacity, so definitely there will be revenue growth. Although the quantum of revenue growth is totally dependent on pricing, which I already told you is under some level of stress. In terms of the funding plan, yes, we have taken term loans to fund the solar project. We had no debt on the books, so it was prudent to take some debt, which we did. And in the future, rights issues could also be something we consider doing for fundraising. Although one shareholder mentioned that we have paid dividend last year, we have not paid any dividend in the last year. And again, the answer why we are not able to produce cheaper goods. Actually, our goods are very, very cost competitive, but we can compete with other companies. We cannot compete with Chinese government if the government is subsidizing their industries to such a high level. In terms of share price, I'm afraid that is not in our control, and that is something that it depends totally on the business and how the outlook of the business is. And at the moment, as you know, that our margins have declined due to the factors already highlighted, and therefore, I guess that is reflected in the share price at the moment. But we expect the demand situation to increase because, like was mentioned, that we have about 100 gigawatts of module capacity coming up. Now, keep in mind that just because there's capacity, the utilization may not be so high. Utilization may be 40-50% of that. But our goal is to have 30-40% market share. However, this goal is only possible with the appropriate policies of the government, which should encourage local manufacturing of all the solar components, including solar glass. I'm afraid we don't have any ability to share the margins in domestic versus exports, but we believe that exports is something which is good for us to continue expanding, and we are working on that. Coming to economic value add, I think our EVA last year was rupees 18 crores and 35 lakhs. And ESG rating. Yeah, ESG rating I mentioned. And sorry, I just missed one question. New orders booked. We continuously discuss with our people on our customers, and our order booking is updated every month. So it's impossible to talk about. We don't have we are not let's call it, we are not in the capital goods industry. So we have order booking every month and sales every month. Maybe some customers order 1 quarter or maybe even 2 quarters in advance. But we are today running in 75, 80, 85% capacity utilization, and we would very much like to be very profitable. We need to go to 100% capacity utilization. There were 2 other questions on IEPF. We have done all the necessary compliances, and we do make efforts to locate shareholders and help them, get their old dividends, as the case may be. And as far as the SPV is concerned, our subsidiaries, Lakshman and Geosphere, they are non-operating companies, therefore you don't see the turnover, but they hold shares of the operating companies, which is GMB, Glass Manufacturer Branding Works, as well as Interfloat Corporation. And both of them have turnover, and I expect in the coming quarters, those companies should be profitable as well. So with that, I believe I have answered or attempted to answer all the questions. Thank you to all the shareholders for your interest in the organization and asking detailed questions. The e-voting results, along with the consolidated scrutinizers report, will be placed on the website of the company, on the stock exchange's website, and also on the website of NSDL. I once again thank all the shareholders for attending this meeting. E-voting is in progress for the next 15 minutes. Accordingly, all the shareholders who are yet to vote may cast their vote during the next 15 minutes, after which this meeting will stand concluded. Thank you very much, and see you next year.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
And